Virgo, to your July mid-month reading. Hope your friends are doing great out there. If your friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, friends, let's see what's going on with you in the mid-month. Best message, please. Energy coming out is just breathe. There's a lot of relaxation coming out of this mid-month over here. I really am enjoying that. So it's saying just take a breather, just relax, right? Okay, let's see what's going on. Just feeling really relaxed. Going with the flow. Nice. And having that flow coming through is also talking about that change. And it's also a change within the energy that's going on around you. But you're in the knowing, and you know that you can kind of feel this change. There's some kind of change going around you. It could be within personal relationships as well. Really feeling that for some of you. Whether it's platonic relationships or love relationships, could even just be family. Feeling like things are coming back around and really manifesting that and really taking action on that. And maybe it was something you were manifesting on, but it's also talking about manifesting now, and really feeling like that manifestation is really pulling through at this time. As it's kind of, I don't know, there's kind of a transit in the way everything is refocusing and really coming into light over here with the crown chakra, saying that I am the knowing, I can see this. There's that rest again. There could even be something that you need to reconsider about the situation. Maybe it's expressing your needs within some kind of personal relationship that is becoming a little more easy and a little better to handle. And you know that you're shining over here. How beautiful is that? And nurturing. Wow. Maybe this person is definitely starting to nurture you a little bit more as well, as you're finally coming together a little bit better, a better understanding. The bottom of the deck is refusing to see. So that's saying there is no refusal to see the situation at hand because you are in the knowing. And it is making you feel shinier and happier. And a little more, maybe even freedom to express those feelings within this other person, or vice versa, right? Because it is a generalized reading. So maybe they're coming towards you, right? And it's making everything easier as well. So let's see what's going on over here with going with the flow. And I do feel like, you know, it's kind of your wheel of fortune in its own way, right? Because it is a fortunate event that things are changing for the best. Wheel of Fortune doesn't always mean we're rich, right? We're rich in so many other ways. Okay, so yeah, where it feels like there was no real love here. Maybe there was some kind of separation in the way that the feelings were. It is definitely, maybe you were even a little shy about the situation, but it feels, or they are. Take that how it resonates, you guys, right? But it does feel like, however it is, it's more that they're taking more action where it felt very separated. Maybe somebody, like I said, was shy. I'm feeling this kind of shy situation over here. More determined to see what is going on with the Page of Cups. Could be dealing with a water sign. Ooh, just knowing. You know, Pisces or a Scorpio, they do. I have Pisces now twice, so they could be a shy situation. Shying away from you. Shying away from however it is. But I do feel that there is much more healthier things going on within the situation. With the Three of Wands, yeah, because they're coming towards you a little bit more, but you know that the ships are kind of turning around, so the tables are kind of turning on themselves in some ways. Maybe you guys were pretty separated, and now the tables are turning where you're both coming back together. Yeah, with the Ace of Cups. Somebody's definitely dealing with a Pisces. With the Ace of Cups, yeah. There's a lot of honesty going on within this situation as well. Being honest about the emotions. When you see the Page of Cups and we're talking about those cups as emotions, there's a lot of honesty really coming into light. Yeah, well, there was a lot of toxicity. Maybe somebody was really hiding their emotions. There's that shyness again. It might have even felt a little deceitful, the way they were kind of hiding things from you. And now as they're kind of coming out, it's almost like skeletons are kind of coming out of the closet over here about how they really truly feel, or how to fix a situation. Maybe it's how you both feel. Wow. 7 of Coins on the nurturing. and the manifesting. But it is a time to now be able to plant better seeds and actually see everything start to grow. There's a willingness now more to want to communicate to the situation, you guys. Well, it was very difficult situations. And I think that any kind of, interpersonal topics that were coming through were more hidden and kept to self. Meaning if they hurt you, maybe you didn't want to express that, or they did not. Reconsider on how you're taking the control. Yeah, somebody's definitely was hiding their emotions over here. Did not want to deal with it anymore. And now it's saying, well, reconsider on how you're going to bring this back together, because now we're listening to each other. Now we're expressing how we want to be together in the mid-month. Like I said, and it could just be family in itself. So there's something very therapeutic going on over here when it comes to this situation and how you are dealing with it. Yeah, no more worries. There is still something lingering around, though, within the situation. Let's not get that wrong. Even though you have this, this opening up kind of moment, the reason you're kind of just breathing is because there is still something that is still there that may still kind of, gather a little worry about how it's going to maybe transpire completely. Yes, everything's making you very happy, but there's still things there that feel like there's a little still heavy weight there with the Nine of Wands, saying, I bet I'm still feeling like I'm kind of walking on a crutch. It could have been a lot of hurt feelings, and even though they are surfacing to the top, my friends, does not mean that it is completely washed away, right? Things we say to each other, sometimes we hold dearly, and even if we talk about it, doesn't mean that it completely just heals and goes away, because I'm still going to think about, how you downplayed me, how you said something that was hurtful, how you hid this from me, things of this nature. So it's kind of its own little red flag, definitely, that you're going to carry around with you for a little while. So even though things are turning better within the situation, there are still things that are being held. Of course, right? It's not like it's just one conversation is going to completely make me feel 100. But there is a desire to want to get to this kind of fresh new start over here and really make this happen and make this work, right? So that's what you're really going to hold on to, right? You're really going to hold on to, how well do I really want this to work? Yes, I'm still holding on to these past pains, but how much do I want? And it shows that, you do want, right? Seven of Coins. Really looking deep at what you really truly want and really nurturing the situation, because the nurturing is coming back around and you see them coming back around and you can feel that, right? But you are kind of still watching them, but you are kind of, logically thinking about the situation. How is this going to, end up during the mid-month? And then how is it going to play out for the rest of the month? And, the Page of Swords says, yeah, because we can kind of live and learn and express the way we need through communication and really learn information about each other and really come to a conclusion of what's happening, right? But to get to the Ace of Wands, we're definitely going to have a better understanding about the situation, and more action needs to be taken place before it can actually 100% get back to the vitality of what it really truly needs to be. This card here is the Ace of Wands. So, that's how it's going to be. But there has to be, and it's going to start with a lot of communication coming out of you, Aquarius, because you're going to be the communicator. You're going to, especially if you're talking with a water sign, right? Because they're going to talk, but they're going to use a lot of emotions, but you're going to have to think logically about the situation and really have to get down to what needs to be done to make this really work and, taking the new direction towards a victory. But yeah, there's definitely still going to be some hurt feelings, that you're going to kind of hold tight to, like I said, because of words exchanged. It looks like more like words exchanged. There's a lot of swords over here. So, you know, or however this played out. Whatever they did to really hurt you, it's going to be a little hard. But yeah, the more you keep continuing to communicate and, you know, get down to the kind of the ABCs of what's going on over here with them, the more it's going to work, right? I think keeping them open is going to be the hardest part of this situation. And Crosswatcher, you could say it's not me as Aquarius. They want to shut down, and you know that's fine. But whoever is more shut down to this topic of what's going on, definitely is going to have to. The other person is definitely going to have to play the part to really keep that line of communication open, but not to the point to where it actually is hurting. Right? It's more of the knowing, understanding, getting down to the basics of the situation so that it doesn't occur again. And once that actually takes place, you know, then you'll be able to move forward, right? And be able to resolve the situation at hand and be able to make a new chapter through the situation, because that's exactly what needs to happen for the end of the month. So that way you can have a transition and just let this go. If that, you know, because obviously this is someone who actually means a lot to you. This isn't someone you just throw away. It could be a child, a mother, a father, your husband, your wife. It's definitely somebody who, you know, you want to fix this situation, but, you know, it has to have some kind of breakdown through the situation. And yeah, there's going to be a little bit of shock through the situation. You might be learning things that you know, and them opening up about things that you didn't really want to talk about. But to really fix the situation, it's going to expose itself. That's really, and so just breathe deep and keep yourself relaxed, because when you have situations like this, anything that has to do with toxicity, you know, there are probably going to be spilled beans and situations that, yeah, you know, that you wanted to definitely move away from. Things you don't want to really hear, but it's essential to hear them, right? It's essential to hear them so that you can have the change for the ultimate happiness with the sun. Okay? And that was it for you, my friends. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.